Hi everyone, my name is Courtney Mertz, and today for the Smackdown, I'll be introducing you to PicassoHead.com. The first thing you have to do is to run Adobe Flash, which I will come back to more later. But once this loads up, you'll be able to see the things that people create. So for instance, you can see this self-portrait right here. You see this man called Circus Man, Anger. So you're getting the idea of what this is already, right? So the purpose of this tool is to create self-portraits. And again, I have to start with Flash, but that's okay. So for instance, if I wanted to make myself, I can make this head right here, put in an eye, see, and then put in a nose. It's a very fun way to be able to show off what you think you might look like, but in a different style. So that probably doesn't look very much like me, but that's okay because it's not meant to be a realistic representation of me. It's meant to be abstract like what Picasso did. So to be able to use this for an assessment tool, kids will be able to look at themselves and see if they can recreate themselves after learning about Picasso. The idea of Picasso is that he went through several periods of himself, and he was one of the fathers of Cubism. So, and this is a very abstract way to represent oneself, and it is very much a fun way to see if kids have registered what exactly he creates in his life. And so I think that being able to use this for kids in exploring how they think they might perceive themselves and like realizing the limitations and the design problems of this. There's not really many problems, but it's certainly not the easiest thing to adjust to. I know that I have struggled with adjusting to how abstraction works personally, but I think that using this as a rubric and going from there to explore the limitations of art or what lack thereof and such will be a good way to show off what they can do with this. There's a lot of experimentation with this and stuff and the like, and so this is very easy to integrate into an art class, especially after learning about someone like Picasso and other artists from that nature, from that time period. This can also be used as a for fun tool if you should like. It's not its intended purpose, but I certainly know that this is something that will be a little bit harder to use in other classrooms if you're not an art teacher, which is there's nothing wrong with that, obviously. But this is certainly very specific to one kind of professor, one kind of teacher, which I think is also a good thing. Some of the limitations is that, again, it uses Flash, so it might not be able to be used in the future. But other than that, I think that this is a very good way to show a student's creativity and let them show what they've learned in class and how they reflect themselves. This would be graded by using a rubric to show off what they would know the best by. So if they really push themselves to make it look abstract and almost not silly, but certainly in that direction, then they would get a very good grade and they would show that they learned from what Picasso had said and what he had done in his life. At the end of this, you can just sign it right here and it'll show up in the corner. And that would be the end of PicassoHead. It's a very easy tool that I would use for letting kids show off their creativity and seeing what they've learned from our Picasso lessons. Thank you for listening, and I hope that you've learned a lot as well.